Hey, what's up guys? Mike Red Fox. In this video, we're going to continue to test the hash rates of the 6600 XT. I have an update on Ethereum and we're going to test Ravencoin and Ergo. So I have two 6600 XTs here. I have the XFX version and I have the MSI Gaming X. And I have both of them set up in the test bench here. And if you watch my previous video, I'll link up in the card above. I tested just Ethereum on this MSI card, and the results, in my opinion, were really impressive. But one of the things that I got out of the comment section on that video is that my testing methodology maybe didn't give the absolute best in terms of reading the wattage of the card at the wall. So I've made some tweaks here. So what I had done is I was using an ATX, a gold ATX power supply, and I had just the GPU on that power supply. So I was powering the GPU's power plugs on top as well as the riser with just that power supply, and I had it hooked up to my watt meter. Really, the thought is to isolate that graphics card so I can get an accurate reading at the wall, since we all know that AMD does not report its wattage accurately in the software. But what some people said in the comment section, which is absolutely true, is that since I had such a small load on that ATX power supply, it was running real inefficient. So it maybe wasn't the best reading at the wall that I could get. So I made some changes. So what I did is I now have two GPUs and I have them on a platinum HP server power supply. So right now, as this mines Ethereum, just those cards and their risers are on this HP server power supply, which is then plugged right into the watt meter here. The motherboard, RAM, everything else is on its own power supply, which you might be able to see down there. So really isolated these cards, got a little bit more load on the power supply and a higher efficiency power supply. So what we're gonna do first is just check in on Ethereum and see what kind of changes that has maybe made to our efficiency and the wattage we're pulling at the wall. So we'll switch over to HiveOS and we'll check in on that. So we're looking at my HiveOS here with both 6600 XTs. They are currently mining Ethereum. You can see they're hitting 32 megahash. You can see the overclocks that I have in here that are the same that I had in my last video. And let's just switch over so you can take a look at the miner, which is Team Red Miner. Yeah, and you can see both cards hitting that 32 megahash. But what I've done differently, as I explained in the beginning, is I have this HP Platinum server power supply, and you can see on your screen the wattage readings for these GPUs on that server power supply. Currently pulling 133 watts for both GPUs. So what we'll do, we'll just pull open calculator and do 133 divided by 2 to see that each card is pulling about 66.5 watts. So that is 32 megahash, and we'll just say for 67 watts on these GPUs, these 6600 XTs, which in my opinion is excellent. I think that's really, really good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch the flight sheets over to Ravencoin. I'll give HiveOS a reboot and we'll take a look at what hash rates and what efficiency I'm able to get there. The flight sheet is switched over to Ravencoin. I have it mining right now. And let me just go over the clocks that I had to adjust coming off of Ethereum. So the only thing that I adjusted coming off of my Ethereum overclocks on both of these GPUs here is the core clock. I was able to keep the core voltage exactly the same at 640, but I bumped the core clock up from 965 and I was able to get it all up to 1425. If I go over that, it just becomes really unstable and crashes. But what that was able to get me is 17 megahash on Kapow, on Ravencoin, and we can check over in the miner here and see what we're pulling. We're pulling high 16s, it'll go to 17. Ravencoin fluctuates a little bit. You can also see that at the wall here as it's jumping around from 164, it was just down to 148. So it jumps around a little bit. And what I'll say is we'll probably just average that out to 160-ish. So that means we're doing 17 megahash on Ravencoin for only 80 watts, which again is, I think, really good. But at the end of this video, once we do Ergo, we'll take all that in, put it into what to mine and see where everything shakes out. But yeah, that is what I'm able to get these to do on Ravencoin, on the Kapow algorithm, using just tweaking the core clock up from where I had it on Ethereum. So let's get Ergo set up. We'll check that out, and then we'll look at profitability and all that stuff at the end. Flight sheet is switched over to Ergo, so I'm mining for a little bit here. You can see I'm doing 63 mega hash on each card. The only change that I have to make from, well, so this running the exact same overclocks as Ethereum, but the only change I had to make was I had to up the core voltage a little bit. On Ethereum, I run it at 640, and on Ergo, I had to up it to 660 or the GPU would crash, but everything else runs exactly the same that I was running my Ethereum overclocks at. At the wall, you can see we're pulling 132 watts. It's like locked, just locked at 132 watts, which means that each GPU is doing 66 watts for 63 mega hash each. You can see all of that reported here as well in the miner. 63 mega hash per card, doing at the wall 66 watts each. So let's do this. We're gonna go over to what to mine and just check out profitability for Ethereum, Ravencoin, and Ergo, see how they stack up, and then we'll just wrap this one up. Checking out what to mine here. I got all the mega hash and wattage entered in. So again, just Ethereum doing 32 mega hash at 66 watts. Ergo doing 63 mega hash at 66 watts. And then Ravencoin doing 17 mega hash at 80 watts. We're gonna leave that at 10 cent default electric rate. And we'll do profitability and difficulty average for the last 24 hours. So looking down the list here, you can see Ethereum coming in number one with a single RX 6600 XT pulling in profit of $2.62 a day, which is awesome. And surprisingly, look how close Ravencoin is to that. Ravencoin is right behind it, which just shows how well this GPU does on Ravencoin. I mean, look how far down Ergo is on this list, right? Just in terms of profitability, almost $1 difference between Ergo and Ravencoin on the 6600 XT. So let me switch cameras and we'll just wrap this one up. So that's it, guys. That is me testing the RX 6600 XT on both Ethereum, on Ravencoin, and finally on Ergo. My takeaways is I'm really impressed at how well this does on Ravencoin. You know, the thing that I'm thinking about, I'm sure many of you are thinking about, is when Ethereum can't be mined anymore next year, what are some of the graphics cards that will be really good buys to continue to mine on past Ethereum's merge? And really the coins that we're looking at are the ones that I tested in this video. That's Ravencoin, that's Ergo. Of course, there could be something else that happens, but just testing those two algorithms now gets you in the mindset of what graphics cards might be a better buy in the long run. And personally, I'm really happy with these 6600 XT. So happy. I have quite a few more on the way, but that's my opinion on it. I would love to know yours down in the comments section below. If you've been tweaking with these GPUs, running them, what mega hash you getting, what overclocks are you using, especially on Ravencoin and Ergo. AMD GPUs can just take a lot of tweaks. And so really the best results come when we get together as a community to share them. So please do that down in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more content on GPU mining. Join my Discord if you want to chat. Link is in the description below. And as always, please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I will see you in the next video.